I prefer face-to-face because that's what I've always grown up with, but Sophie actually likes this sort of setup.
Are you guys all right?
Yes, sir.
Second week of lockdown, everyone's lost their minds. Nobody knows what day of the week it is anymore.
Do you guys know what I mean by multivariable function? No.
Can't remember. Okay.
We're going to recap some of the things that you covered last year, okay?
So here are the successive ionisation energies of calcium.
So Biro is a great tool to work with, and cross-hatching is another great technique.
Cogito, ergo sum. Say it to yourselves nice and loud, like the pussycat. I think, therefore I am.
It's meant to be the easiest question, but the wording is so weird.
You're suggesting that that dialect is a type of restricted code, a sort of convergence, a deliberate convergence when you're part of a particular social group.
And then what you can do is you can drag that text box and reshape it. You can drag it over to the box that you want to type in.
Remember, we're looking at Hitchcock and his auteur signatures. Masculinity is a key aspect, isn't it? The fragility of what it means to be a modern man, the fact he can't control things and how he descends into madness.
It occurs because there's been some form of negligence that's caused a physical loss to the claimant.
So it makes it sound really complicated.
We have an EMF of 9 volts. We have a current of 5 amps. We have a load voltage of 8. What is R?
Water.
Well, yeah, absolutely, water.
So if I've got beaches, I know that the geology of the area is going to be of a softer type of rock.
Water is a good example of a structural as well as an important symbol, as something which is important to the structure of the novel as well as a symbol within the novel.
Brandon, you've put media can directly plant ideas into the minds of audiences. Can you expand on that a little bit for me?
It's a common question in an exam. You'd say that overall the trend is clearly up.
So we are doing some virtual field trip. And so usually what would happen around this time is that we would look at going into the field and exploring coastlines and getting some fieldwork techniques under our belt.
Video games cause violence. They'd say that that's influencing people because that's all they're being exposed to.
Is E John?
No, E is Caitlin.
At college, you're allowed to kind of dress how you need to, communicate and interact with people how you want to.
Symbols and images, that's another thing that our text can be structured around. Symbols and images. So just remind us about some of the symbols and images. What have we come across?
Some insects that are very, very active or a lot larger, what they actually have is they've got enlarged tracheae or air sacs, which can act as air reservoirs.
No, I mean, absolutely. That's a very good point, Kira.
I'm going to get lots of iambic pentameter coming through in a minute, aren't I?
So there we have a cross-hatched drawing of an ear.
I want some fish and chips for tea tonight.
I mean, that is mind-blowing, right?
It's not very Shakespearean, but that is definitely the rhythm.
The topics that we think are important for you guys as young people to talk about and to feel that you can debate and think about.
I could say I know that Boris Johnson exists. I've seen him on the news and I've read about him in the newspaper. I'm pretty certain he exists. I don't think he's, made up.
We know that personal investigation is the only thing that you do for art and photography. So a major in-depth critical, practical and theoretical investigative project and portfolio sounds very posh.
Are there any places where the point doesn't go anywhere?
All of these places down here, absolutely fantastic beaches. So this is just how the neurotransmitter, when it moves across the synapse, what does it actually do?
I presume uses less electricity.
Yeah, perfect, spot on.
I could do a section like along this line here.
And that is it, my lovelies. Hope you have a nice evening and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks and bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you, bye-bye.